Welcome back, episode 94 of Revisited. It's been a couple weeks. This was a arduous task to get this started, because typically I can just download the video in an MP4 format, throw it into our thingy, and then start watching it. But for some reason, it's only downloading MKV files, which our thingy cannot play. The problem is likely that IDM just needs to update. But we're finally here. We are talking about the disturbing reason Tanjiro is so controversial. Kimetsu no Yaiba in parentheses.
Yeah, boy. Never forget.
Ohara. We haven't done Ohara. I think Ohara was like the 6th video we've ever done on this channel. We did the Jinbei, why Jinbei is so blah, 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 blah. And I don't think we've ever done anything else by him. I don't even think during like viewer request month, auction streams, we've never done a single extra clip of him.
I think Corey might have done so in the auction stream, but no, he did the time, and he did another. I don't think he did Ohara.
Yeah, so we're finally back to Ohara. I wonder why he's branching out into Demon Slayer 1 and 2. I wonder if this is just a pure clickbait title, or 3. No, it can't be, because the third reason he's so controversial, I was thinking if he was so feared, I could see it from the demon's perspective is what he's looking at.
Yeah.
But controversial, I don't...
We need to get into that very quickly.
I would assume the controversy is some people think he's a good character and other people don't. And that's controversy.
But that could be said for basically anything. Who thinks that anything also be said for this? Anyway, he's done 2 Demon Slayer videos.
In its entirety?
In its entirety, yes.
Okay. What was the other one?
I like how the power of this anime is literally breathtaking.
They don't take your breath.
Is it always necessary to have a complex plot and a deep cast of characters?
God, why is everything Demon Slayer forgiven for being a nothing?
That was the first 3 seconds.
It is always the same praise that it would be a criticism for almost anything else. It's not different from anything else. It's not doing the most complex. It's basically doing everything you've ever seen again. But for some reason, this time clap. What makes it any different than Black Clover? Oh, it polished it to a shine. In what way? I need a pure comparison between the two, and you tell me what Demon Slayer does correctly that Black Clover does not in terms of the we've seen it all before tropes.
And see you guys next time we'll revisit it.
God! Demon Slayer does something to people, and the people do something to me. Description? Oh yeah, now you feeling it, huh? Now that you see that description, you're starting to feel it, huh?
Thunder breathing first form, thunderclap and flash. This scene will live with. This is a comment.
Oh yeah.
This scene will live with me forever. I feel chills down my spine every time I see it. The anime is so beautiful. Can't wait to see how they execute the rest of the story.
Hey, you got chills down your spine every time you see it. I saw pretty colors flashing, and that was it.
And now,
hey, do you feel those same chills when you're reading it on a static page?
No.
Then it feels like animation is the reason. And you can throw animation on practically anything. What would be the difference?
And you guys are clapping for this. It's the same as everything else. It's fine that it's the same, but animation though. How, man, I wish that Demon Slayer was a recognizable 3 out of 10. Because then they'd be like, okay, yeah, it's bad, but it's pretty. But now it's just, it's executing all of its stuff perfectly for its genericness. and
it's
it's
doing
pretty.
the generic stuff perfectly. Like,
But it's not trying to do anything more than...
again, what is the difference between a Demon Slayer and a Fairy Tail?
Pretty.
If Fairy Tail looked like Demon Slayer, would y'all be clapping like this? I'd submit yes. If Fairy
If this
Tail
is
was
all
the
it
first
takes.
thing that looked like that, dude, people would be all those magic circles and effects. They'd be jizzing over Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail sucks. I love it, but it sucks. Did we get a description?
The description is just like freaking a character analysis of Tanjiro from Demon Slayer.
What the? What are we?
Please subscribe. Twitter, Discord, the Gram.
This is frustrating me already, dude. What?
He wrote in the description title, The Visual Beauty of Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer. But that's not the title. That's not the title of the video. Whatever.
Let's get into it.
Tanjiro as the embodiment of kindness, even in battle, is a very unique and refreshing take on the shonen hero trope that
He is not the embodiment of kindness. He is a kind dude because he
Yes.
said, Muzan, I will never forgive you and I will kill that bastard.
You just showed him cutting somebody's arms off.
At best, you can say he's the embodiment of empathy.
Yeah.
He empathizes with the demons.
Or like kindness to a certain degree. Cause he's not just going, alright, Swamp Demon, you go on ahead. No.
I apologize for having to kill you.
It's just the old grab my hand sad as they're melting bush. Who cares about that? And let's never forget the fifth form.
Does it rain after a drought?
refreshing take on the shonen hero trope that is worth looking at.
Why is it refreshing?
What's refreshing about it?
What is the difference between Natsu and Tanjiro?
If there was like 15 Yusuke's and Ichigos, then you'd be like, alright, this is kind of refreshing.
What's the difference between Ippo and Tanjiro?
Ippo's just so much better. What's the difference between Deku and Tanjiro? Who is he comparing them to?
What's the difference between Asta and Tanjiro?
It's just the hold hand sad die bush.
It's the melodrama nonsense.
Detail. I've really been looking forward to talking about Tanjiro for a while now. Now, even though I criticized the character writing overall in my video on why you should watch Demon Slayer, Tanjiro is not only an exception to this, but also easily one of the most interesting ones in the show.
Is Tanjiro one of the most interesting characters in Demon Slayer? Top 3. I'd say no. I'd say the first moon. I'd say Inosuke is more interesting than him.
Yeah, Inosuke's got a whole lot going on. He's trying to figure out what it means to basically be a human person.
I'd say Shinobu is more interesting.
She's got that fake smile that she puts on and has to sort of deal with all this bullshit. Tanjiro's just kind of here. Save my sister and be nice to people. I don't think that he's... Like, what? Is there like a moral thing that he has to grapple with during
his own more like Vasta Stampede and Trigun,
Yeah.
where it's like, you will kill or all these people die. And then it's just an episode of him coping with having to kill somebody.
his morals are have they really been challenged? To say that he's such a compelling character that he sticks to his goals, even though blah, blah, blah. I can't think of anything where that's happened.
No, because there's a clear line of the good guys and the bad guys. It's not even like there's a demon slayer, a Moon, who just sits around torturing a demon for half the series. Like, they see the demon, they just have him in a room, drawing blood, slashing him. Just like, why are you acting like the baddie? The closest we get is Nezuko, and most of them backed off and apologized very soon after the fact.
In a weird way, he is your very stereotypical shonen hero.
Hey, guess what? Episode 19.
Never left for a second. Oh, but he's also, in a weird way, you're stereotypical. But he's better.
Not.
But he's better as well.
Hey, how's he better?
No. He literally just said that.
No, I heard what he said.
No, I'm saying he said it's a refreshing take. But he is generic in a way. Like, what is it?
Very stereotypical shonen hero on the one side, and yet something entirely new and different on the other.
Does anybody offer the exact same thing as a previous shonen protagonist?
No.
Does Deku offer the exact same things as a Luffy? Does Luffy offer a Naruto? Does Naruto offer an Ippo? Does Ippo offer a Goku? Even though all these aren't shonen, we're just gonna count them as shonen. Does Natsu do a Kira Light? Do any of the JoJos do the same?
Did you know that Tanjiro doesn't have a dream, though?
Yeah, okay, there's like 3 people that we can count on that don't have a dream.
But he's different because he's the same.
What is Ippo's dream? He wants to figure out what strength means.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means. Not to be the #1 guy.
Whatever
and he wants
to him.
And whatever it means to him, and he wants to show the coach that all the work he put in was worth it. He wants to make the coach proud, and he wants to figure out what strength means to him. Wow, what a concept!
Yeah, but Tanjiro just wants to save his sister. Hooray! I can't wait for that other half.
Okay. Once she can speak and stuff, what does your goal become?
Muzan gotta be stopped.
But that's no longer...
Punch him.
Okay, now you have an actual goal.
Yes.
And the goal was always to take down Muzan on some level.
Yes, it was.
Because he killed his family.
Yes, it was.
There is still an underlying revenge plot line for him.
I don't think that there is a revenge plot line. He just went,
I'll never forgive you. And
for what?
It's killing my family. What
that could be inferred.
It is the literal. He wouldn't know about this guy otherwise.
No, because it could just be, I'll never forgive you for making demons as a whole.
Or making that person a demon right now.
Yeah,
you shut up.
I'm just saying, it can't be said for sure that that's what he was saying.
I will not go with you on this. I will not play the game of this. This quasi work bush. No, I'm not.
I am not working. Where is I'm pretty close. Oh man, he's so sad and nice and pure and Muzan Kushibushi, I won't let you get away no matter where you run to. I will pursue you to the ends. I will remove your head with my blade. I absolutely will never forgive you. He doesn't say for what.
Let's eschew for now the revenge plot line. He has a goal of removing the head demon's head with his blade.
Yes.
Never forget that this is part of the goal.
Personality and philosophy extremely fascinating. Hi, my name is Manu. The only demons I've ever slain are the ridiculously large mosquitoes here in Japan. Like, I absolutely hate killing any living thing, but for mosquitoes, I can go.
Oh, this is an ad.
Oh, nice transition. Smooth
Berserk
as
modes.
butter.
Those are the true demons. Where was I? Oh yeah, I've been absolutely obsessed with the beauty of the Kimetsu no Yaiba anime.
Pause.
And so
Oh, whoops.
I guess it's
Oh,
not the
whoops.
ad.
He just went nuts for a second. He's just like, oh, I gotta go to the store
Maybe
later.
this is a I relate to you because of you also deal with mosquito while I'm in Japan.
Who is it his goal to be relatable? What does it do to be relatable?
No, that's why he's different. He's not trying to be relatable. He's just the kind guy.
No, I was talking about.
No, I know. That's
Okay,
what I'm saying. I'm
Is he-
implanting Tanjiro on him.
Whatever.
had no other choice but analyze its main character and found some surprisingly deep writing behind it.
Oh,
What do I
did
mean?
you? Oh, I can't wait for whatever he unearths when he already goes, yeah, he's kind of standard. What depths are you gonna pluck from what is this, a 2021 video?
Yep, that was a year ago. Maybe
December!
late 2021.
By that? Well, on the surface, Tanjiro Kamado fits the typical shonen hero mold pretty nicely. He's a young boy, check, who goes on an adventure fighting bad guys, check.
Dude,
This is not worth talking about.
no. At least I will give him that he's explaining what he means by typical.
Sure.
Trying to get stronger to reach his goal, check, and has a hidden power.
But didn't other people argue that strength is just a means to what he actually wants to do, and he's not actively trying to get stronger?
Yep. Mm-hmm. That was one triggered senpai that said.
Oh,
that.
was it triggered?
Yes, it was.
He didn't know about all along. Check. Now,
I'm sorry, what was the last one?
Hidden
reach his
power.
goal, check, and has a hidden power he didn't know about all along. Check. Now, Tanjiro isn't from a noble family, but if you've ever dreamed of being a lord or a lady, I might have
No!
Oh no! No way! Not the scam! Not El Scamo Magnifico! He didn't get okey doked by the scam as well, Daddy!
Oh my goodness.
Please don't let me hit play and see about a plot of land
No,
you
you
can
done
block
already said a
for
lord or a
the
lady.
trees!
You done already said it.
This video is
No!
Get right in there. Go and get you an established title, y'all. You look at them trees. That could be your plot of tree or whatever.
Oh,
it's not a
dude.
scam.
I kind of don't want to do this because it's not fair to analyze the way he does it over just commenting that this is all a scam.
established titles. A really great project with the goal to preserve
Oh,
the
look at
beautiful
that calm, peaceful foliage.
Look
Oh,
at these
peaceful sunrise.
This is
on
like
the rocks.
art.
woodlands and nature of Scotland by selling a tiny piece of land to you. Because based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are
Wow, that was a clear difference in audio quality. This is recorded clearly after the last take.
land by selling a tiny piece of land to you. Because based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as a lord or a lady, you can then use this title for yourself even on official documents
They
that
must just get a hard script. That
Yes,
just, like,
oh, absolutely.
You gotta mention that you're gonna be a lord or a lady.
A lot of these advertisers are truly just scripted. 85% of these words. You have to say all of these words when you say
But
your
when
word.
you hear them over and over and over again, surely you're just like, yeah, Raycons in half the price of the other ones. Comfortable,
Okay, but
stylish.
that's the point, though. You now know that they're half the price of the other ones.
But I don't know what the other ones are.
You don't need to know. You
Yes,
just
I
need to know
do.
Raycon. Why would you want double the price of a Raycon? That doesn't make any sense.
But I don't know what the other, because you can get some skull candies for $40, which is about
candy.
which is like $30 or $40 less than the Raycons.
Yeah.
So what are the $160
Beats.
Is that it?
Beats. I know some Sony ones that go in your ear that are very expensive. They're like $130, $140. I think there's an R Technica that does it as well.
Beats are $150. There are some that go up to $200.
Yep.
There are a lot that go up to $200.
Look for Sony in your ear because I feel like those are post 100.
180.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's $200. That is a limited time deal.
See, so there are some. So why would you want those when you can
Okay,
just get
then don't get those then.
Okay. But you still want the high fidelity.
Okay.
And the stylishness of it. You don't want these big, bulky, ugly headphones. Look like another head coming out of your ear. No.
What?
You want them.
Is it just enough to say them?
Hey, it's enough to say it's not doing anything special, and that's what's special about it.
Oh my goodness. Come on now. It needs to be more.
Is it stylish? Does it go in your ear? All right, what's the problem?
These are just headphones. Chris was like, they're fine. I don't know why they in. What? Oh,
You don't know why?
no. 32 hours, 8 hours. The battery life ain't even all that good.
Is the battery life good enough, though?
My goodness. I just want to know how to be a lord or a lady. Can somebody please tell me? And help the environment as well. If only there was some not a scam that can not scam me into being a lord.
You're not gonna find it here.
What?
In return, in cooperation with the global reforestation charities One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future, they commit to planting a tree with every single order. And by the way, it's also a great last-minute gift, I think, if you're still looking for Christmas presents.
How?
As you can see, I got mine, so
What?
I'm now officially Lord O'Hara. And you can even see where your land is exactly located online. They actually have a
Lord.
big holiday sale going on right now with up to 80% off, and using my code, you can get an
That's, you don't trust something that's 80% off.
Unless it's I mean, even video games
This
sometimes
is,
don't
hey,
get that.
use my and get 80% off.
No,
You
it's a
normally go-
holiday sale for 80% off.
Okay.
Now you're using my stuff to get even more of a percent off.
What a holiday sale is 80% off. Imagine, would you buy a TV that's 80% off?
Absolutely.
What?
If
that mug was shipped to you broken.
they sometimes do anyway. But my point is, let's say the TV it's a 50-inch TV that typically goes for like $300, $400, and now it's like $70. Why wouldn't I take a chance on that?
No.
At worst, I get 8 months of a 50-inch TV and it shatters on me.
Absolutely not. I ain't taking that.
You were the one that told me to buy that stupid Hisense, and if it sucked, just throw it in the living room.
Yeah.
That was like $300, but it was like an 80-inch boy.
Yeah. That was a soft sale because I'm like, this mug is gonna be 320p. It's gonna have one plug. This is sort of always off. No HDMI. It's gonna be the 3 component
RGB. RGB. Like, get a converter for your PS5. What do you want?
The mug gonna have a dial that clicks to turn the channel.
You're gonna have to click the back of it for channel 3 or 4 for your thing to work.
And you want a remote? Oh, that's where it comes in. That boy is like 200.
Nothing
That's
else
where
is
they make the
compatible.
money.
This is proprietary technology in here.
off, and using my code, you can get an additional 10% off. Link in the description below.
So you were getting 80% off and then 10% off of the 80% off. So if it was $100, you were paying $20 and then $18.
That's insane. I'd be like, no, I'm not trusting this. That's way too much off. Way too much.
Now, Tanjiro's desire, his big goal, is super clearly defined and tells us a lot about his character. After his entire family is murdered except for his sister, who is turned into a demon, Tanjiro doesn't seek revenge, but simply wants...
Literally just showed him going, Muzan, I will chase you to the ends of the earth to take your
Platonically.
head off. Respectively. I will respectfully,
sir, I will kill you. Nothing against you or your kind. It's simply something that must happen.
the last remaining member of his family and turn Nezuko back into a human. And this perfectly sets up the most important character trait overall, his empathy. And I found this super...
What does him having to save Nezuko have to do with empathy?
What makes him more empathetic because of that? Is it simply that I am looking after a demon whom I am sworn... He's not sworn to kill.
And even then, like, what does it do? Like, Luffy has empathy. He empathizes. He takes down entire subjugation plots strictly because they fed us. And it's not fair that you got all this shit and they ain't got nothing. It's nothing.
Because Tanjiro is kind, or at least empathetic, even to the demons that he encountered.
9anime.2.
What? What are you talking about?
This
is legal.
You make
Shut up.
Tens of thousands of probably a month. How do you not have the capacity to buy these DVDs or Blu-rays, rip them through a player, and then transcode them into a playable format for you to edit?
Or at the very least, just not have one. Just get a Blu-ray rip. Cause
you can't even feel good.
This is in 2021.
This isn't the mid-2000s where people couldn't take away subtitles and AMVs and stuff.
This ain't when it was airing, where you just go, all right, I get what I get. It's airing right now. There's no DVD. There's no Blu-ray. I get what I get. No. Find a higher quality, my dude. Oh, my God. He's so... Blessed Rain, you guys.
How many times do we have to go through Blessed Rain after a drop?
It's the worst.
It's very not good, y'all.
I would love, man, I should have talked to Catalyst Man about Blessed Rain after a drought. Just the mechanics of it. I don't care his name.
Captain Canteen.
He's Catalyst Man.
Everybody knows who you mean. But for the ones that may stumble upon this video and have not already clicked off the Captain Canteen, well, I think it's just Captain Canteen at this point.
But I would have loved to just ask him, what are the mechanics behind Blessed the Rain after the drought?
Because it's a water breathing technique. So it was invented strictly by whoever invented the 10 forms of the water breathing.
And passed down
forever.
Because there's nothing saying that it can't just be the 9 forms. And just be like, it could be like, yeah, we could just lose this one. It's lost to time, whatever. I'm not teaching you.
Because you need that one for the 10th form.
How do you incorporate that into the 10th form?
The slash, the way it slashed, the way you turn your blade.
How is it slashed?
He turned his blade, you remember?
It's the dumbest thing. It is just simply, I'm telling you that it's peaceful, and you must believe it, because prove that it isn't.
Why wouldn't the mangaka have Inosuke teach Tanjiro how to create a new form?
That would have been fantastic.
Makes Blessed Rain after the drought.
That would have been They trained so much together, but
Inosuke's form is his own form. He created the entire form of it. Or the breathing style, my bad. He created the entire breathing style, so every form after that is strictly from him. So go, hey, here's how you create a form. Tanjiro creates Blessed Rain. We learned that people can create new parts of their form. That way, when Zenitsu does it later, it makes sense. That way, when we see Giyu do it later on in the arc, it makes sense.
But no, he just has silent but deadly or whatever it was called. A dead calm.
Silent but deadly.
I blanked on what I was just like. It's something about being quiet or whatever.
So you thought of a fart?
Pause. What's kind about those eyes?
You can see the
Again, we
empathy.
just have to be told that those are kind eyes and just go, yes, they are. Literal tell versus show.
Literal tell versus show.
He is the only one that is willing to see them as people, but at the same time, he still wants to turn Nezuko back.
I
At first,
don't give a about him seeing them as people.
I would care more if he saw them as people and tried to understand them pre-cutting their head off.
Yes.
Because after the fact, it's just, no, now you had the big sad moment and I am sad for your sad moment.
I would understand that more if more people were kind of riding the fence about demons, but they're just like, kill.
Because they're bloodthirsty monsters, and for the vast majority of the series, all you see them as are bloodthirsty monsters.
Hey, you know they can talk. Maybe we can have a dialogue, a conversation, see how they work, see if there's any other way that they can get sustenance. No.
Like Tamayo.
Just kill.
found that a little bit paradoxical, but when you actually think about it, it speaks of a certain maturity. He's able to see them as people who were turned into demons, but he still dislikes the condition of being a demon for...
I wonder if he would.
For why?
I wonder if he would if not for Nezuko and her showing that she could be more than just a demon.
With the protecting them and all that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good question.
Obvious reasons. I mean, they eat people and shit. Now, usually for most heroes, beneath that superficial desire that they have, there is actually a subconscious need that a character has. Some sort of lie that they believe about the world that needs to be challenged. Now, at the beginning of the series, it would be very easy to say that Tanjiro's need is...
I don't know.
What?
I don't see Luffy's sense of adventure being challenged or something. I don't think Luffy's ever been challenged on his ideas. Like, Naruto was clearly challenged on his ideas.
Mm-hmm. That was the point.
I don't think Ichigo was really challenged.
If you want to say that something like Ukiura was just like, I'm gonna just kill her and you have to double protect her. He went raw protect.
I mean, that's more Orihime needing to be challenged, and I don't think she ever really felt terrible about the Vizards, or not the Vizards, but the Espada. Because even when they were attacking her, she was just like,
the shield arc. What were those in Dirty
Full
Boots? Full Brains. Yeah, he was challenged in his I want to protect, but I have to recognize that I'm not in a position to do so.
I don't even think that was a challenge of his want to protect. Because it wasn't like you have to let go of your want to protect in order to actually protect people. Like, if it was like, I'll give up all my powers to forever to make sure everybody else is happy and protected, that would be more of a challenging of his ideas of wanting to protect people.
I was just thinking as I said it, I was like, do I know any of the other Full Brains name or title or anything other than Dirty Boots? I'm seeing an L.
I feel like the L was the girl. Because I'm sure it was said a lot. Everybody knows Dirty Boots, though.
Of course, because she's the best.
I wouldn't go that far, but...
Who's the best then?
Someone that's not named
Okay,
Dirty
yeah,
Boots.
name them.
The only reason I can't is because they're unmemorable.
Yeah. What they got? Who are they? Who are they? Notable members.
There's a lot of faces being made, sir.
Who? Give me the oh my goodness! The Bleach wiki is trash. Fullbringer. You see that? I'm gonna click on Fullbringer. It doesn't name them. It says notable members, and then it's just like there's more of them than these three.
Those are the most notable ones, though.
What was the dollhouse? There was dollhouse. There was the bartender who I don't remember.
You don't remember anything. That's the point of searching.
Okay, they were Fullbringers, but is that what they were? Their organization was called the Execution.
Oh yeah.
I did not remember that.
Yeah, welcome to Execution.
I did not remember that. Riruka? I feel like I should have remembered that. Her name was Jackie Tristan?
I remember Jackie.
I don't know about that.
Her name's Dirty Boots.
Whatever that guy's name is. Unmemorable.
Yes.
I will not remember Jackie Tristan. I will remember Dirty Boots.
Because it's such a stupid power, and it's such a stupid name.
It's really bad.
It's the perfect name for that terrible power.
Why didn't she just just always have syrup on her and just pour that right on her boots and just goes, I'm super powered up now. Just poop on the ground and step on them. Who cares, Dirty Boots?
Yeah, you think she'd have just a book bag of fine dirt or something. Like the most coarse dirt imaginable.
It's like, okay, here it comes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Oh no, what? What?
In the powers and abilities, they don't have anything about her boots. What are you doing?
Isn't that her power?
Was it her power?
Is the dirty on her boots?
I know, but I could be making it up at this point because her abilities are high spiritual power and spiritual awareness. Did I make it up? I'm just going to look up boots. There are 12 instances of boots. One of them is in her appearance. 3 of them are talking about how she got the boots. The first substance to stain Jackie's boots were her brother's blood, and her full-bring power was awakened shortly afterwards. I do not remember that. Thank you, right here, Dirty Boots. And activates her full-bring ability, Dirty Boots. When full-bring is fully activating, she moves at high speeds and attack Ichigo. No, explain the boots!
What's this just made?
She then rubs her boots in the mud, proceeding to attack him again, noticeably powerful, with a noticeably more powerful kick, slamming him into the water. Then reveals the true nature of her ability, stating that he will die. What are the... God! I just want to make sure I'm not crazy. Go ahead and play. I'm going to look at because it's chapter 443. I'm going to look at exactly what she said. Because I just want to see her and be like, yo, my boots get more dirty and then I kick harder or whatever my horrible power is.
To lose his naivety. You simply can't emphasize with everyone, especially not if they're trying to kill you. And so to me at the start, it seemed like his
When was you
kindness
challenged by that?
and hate for violence might be a real hindrance in his fight against the most evil and strongest beings in this world. However, I got proven wrong relatively quickly. Tanjiro proves to us very early on that he can do both, be kind and caring, and do what is necessary at the same time. He has a sort of eerie but kind ruthlessness in him that result in scenes like this.
eerie but kind ruthlessness.
How is
that
this
results
ruthless?
in this?
Blessed rain after the drought.
Don't play just yet. You figured it out, just like the name says. Dirty boots. The stronger. This is horrible. And get stronger. It's worded horribly. Get stronger the dirtier they get. Sand, dirt, mud, or even blood, or rust. What do you mean rust?
Maybe the metal parts of the boot, like the buckles or whatever.
It's so bad.
Dirty
Just
Why
have
would
a
you-
vial of piss.
Why would you ever clean the boots? Because they're relatively clean when we see them quite a few times,
Well,
and she has to
it's-
stomp through the mud.
According to her Wikipedia, which I do not remember, her brother gave her those boots or whatever.
So you're gonna clean them every time? That's why.
Wouldn't you?
No. I want to avenge my brother's ideals. I'll make them as dirty as possible.
It was the father. Terribly sorry to Jackie Dirty Boots Tyson.
Tristan.
What?
Yes, Jackie
Oh.
Tristan. You really will not remember that name.
Jackie Tyson sounds better.
But that's not her name.
I didn't say if it was or wasn't. I'm just stating it sounds better.
Is there a Jackie Tyson?
I'm gonna look this up and I'm gonna get a porn star. I know it.
Or is it gonna be one of the women that Tyson allegedly beat? Oh no.
Ma'am, that is not a good picture.
Oh ma'am, no.
Ma'am, Jamaican chef Jackie Tyson. That is not a good picture.
It looks like and this isn't to say her face, it's just the smile and the angle and the lighting.
It looks
it's like a horror movie
I was about to say it
poster.
looks like Smile.
Yeah.
The movie Smile. It looks kind of distorted. I'm sure she's a lovely person and a very good chef. It's not a good picture. I don't take good pictures at all.
Yeah.
I always said, God bless George Floyd. That is not a good picture. And it seems to be the only picture of him in existence.
It's the only one they put out. They gotta make sure he look as haggard as possible.
Cause and I'm just like, if I'm ever tragically murdered and I'm the face of some sort of movement, what the are they gonna put up for me? It's gonna be this just in Gremlins. So, like I said, blessings upon Jackie Tyson, the chef. It's not a good picture.
優しい雨に打たれているような
What does that mean? You can't just say cutting my head feels like I'm being showered in a gentle rain.
Are
I
those
don't-
my blood drops?
I can't envision that as a person.
少しも痛くない
The point that I
How
found
not?
What did that have to do with your ruthlessness thing? Because the only way to take out a demon is to cut off their head. Except for the stuff that Shinobu does. Let's just say that for now, the only way to do it is to cut off their head. Cutting off their head is not ruthless. It is a necessity
Yes.
to defeat them.
Now, again, if we saw somebody just sort of hacking just slowly as the demon is screaming, that'd be something.
Like a Nosuke swords. They can't cut well, but they can hack well.
Yeah.
So they're just a demon's just tied down and they're just chipping away at their neck. That's ruthless.
Or if Wind Man was just like, I take great pleasure in torturing demons or something. That'd be something.
Slowly cutting their head off.
But what's the difference between that and a water wheel cutting off the head? We just have to be told that it's a gentle feeling, whatever that means, and that's not enough. That's not good storytelling to just be like, he cut my head off nicely.
really astonishing, to be honest, is that Tanjiro doesn't really have a need to change. He is an incredibly kind and caring person with a strong will to fight and get stronger to protect his sister and those who need protection, and he simply stays that person. And as a result, Tanjiro has close to no character development in the story. Now, just like me,
Disagree, because again, character development has been co-opted into a change in character as opposed to a person becoming more three-dimensional by the trappings and the tellings of the story. Even just seeing the past of Tanjiro is character development for Tanjiro.
you probably know a few people who proclaim that if a character has no character development, it's a bad character. Dun dun dun! Which is just not true. A character is bad if he is inconsistent or simply straight out boring.
What makes a character interesting?
A character is bad if they're boring. I do not agree. One of my favorite manga is Sakamoto. I always just remember Sakamoto. Whatever Sakamoto.
Days?
What?
Sakamoto Days
No.
is the manga.
It might not even be Sakamoto.
Julieta? Airmaster?
Oh, he's such a rapist. Am I crazy? Oh, haven't you heard of Sakamoto? My goodness. But he is essentially a nothing perfect character. Mm-hmm. It's designed for him to have zero flaws. Everybody idolizes him because he's so imperfect and amazing and great. He's very boring in that aspect. But I don't think that he's a bad character because of it. I don't think that boring characters are bad characters because it's up to the person to decide what's boring about them.
Is a character... I think a character that's not made to be boring, that's boring, you could think of as a bad character. But even then, it's not a bad character, it's just a boring character. You can have a good character and be boring. Like Calm Cool Guys. I hate Calm Cool Guys. I hate the dark brooding, I don't say a lot of words, people like Miyata and Ippo. Does that make Miyata a bad character because I find him boring? I don't think Miyata's a bad character. I just don't like him. I just don't like his personality.
I'm wondering what he would consider to be a boring character.
That
would help.
Because he loves Jinbei, and I think Jinbei is boring.
The reason Tanjiro stands out as a shonen hero with this, however, is that most shonen protagonists have a positive character arc. They start with a relatively obvious fall to their character that they resolve at the end
You're
of-
picking a bunch of series where characters went through these big sweeping changes.
Yeah.
What was Ichigo's positive character arc?
What is Ippo's? Outside of like the beginning of him, it wasn't even a character change. He just got stronger. Essentially.
What is Madaka from Madaka Box's positive character change?
では早速この人物にご登壇願おう。
How is
What
this
was
a
Naruto?
character change?
No,
This is
not
him-
character change. Change is what I said. Character arc. Positive character arc.
This is just him becoming a Hokage in a way that we don't see in the manga and don't know how it became.
より7代目火影に就任する男渦巻ナルト。
Again, what's the positive character
Don't
arc
just
there?
show him, explain it.
And so,
That's day one Naruto smash! What are we doing?
since it's a positive character arc,
What was the positivity there?
He achieved his goal.
Achieving your goal is not a positive character arc. Positive
Yeah, boy,
character
yeah, it
arc
is.
is growth of a character. As opposed to a negative character arc, which would be a regression of your character. Subaru in ReZero is a negative character arc.
He became the Hokage.
What? That's not. This is how. What is this analysis?
I have no clue what he meant by that.
They become better people as the story goes on. Heck, even
becoming a better person is not a positive character arc. Goku being able to be a father is not a positive character arc, but it makes him become a better person. Neglecting his kid is not a negative character arc, but it makes him a worse person.
Like Saitama in One Punch Man needs to learn that true happiness doesn't come from fighting stronger and stronger opponents, but from the relationships that he has built. A very rare but really interesting variation on this is a negative character arc, where the hero becomes disillusioned with the world and becomes a worse person. Like, for example, Gon in Hunter x Hunter.
Gon didn't become a worse person. First off, Gon has already gray morality, because if people can do bad things, he's just like, well, you had your own reasons for doing them. And he went, I'm beating you. What was the negative character arc in Gon?
He's gonna tell us.
I guess with the whole Kamugi thing. But he was never a super caring, nice dude. He was a nice little boy with questionable morality to begin with.
それに嘘だったらそれはそれで気が楽だし。
気楽？
容赦しなくていいから。遠慮なく倒せる。
Tanjiro, on the other hand, has a flat character arc. Yep.
Wow, he said nothing. Yep. I mean, nothing about Naruto.
He just went, negative character arc, like Gon. And then just showed a clip. And it's just like, that's my point. No need for further analysis or elaboration. Here you go.
That is a real thing. He already has accepted the world as it is and has chosen his path of how to approach it. In his case, kindness. Now, flat arcs are very, very rare in shonen for a reason, because the audience expects the hero to grow and change as they face harder and harder obstacles.
Based on harder obstacles has nothing to do with growth. That's strength. Growth in power, sure. But growth as a character, that has nothing to do with it.
Again, what Ichigo?
What was Senku supposed to grow in Dr. Stone? How is he, as a strength man, overcoming obstacles, supposed to grow as a human? If anything, he would grow as a scientist. It's when he meets people, that's when he grows. That's his positive character arc. Caring more about people.
It's just whatever you gotta do to make Tanjiro seem as special as possible. Or different, or unique, or whatever.
Because he offers nothing about him. He offers nothing different on the surface. So you gotta go, well, we gotta keep digging and keep digging. And they hit a septic tank and they're like, we struck oil.
It has to always begin with, well, unlike other person, Tanjiro.
Yes, it's like every other shonen, but it's different in this way. Because unlike other shonen, the only positive, the vast majority of positives I hear out of Demon Slayer is it's like other things and it's not like other things. Tanjiro's just like other shonen pro tags. Tanjiro's nothing like other shonen pro tags.
And so as a result, flat character arcs can be really confusing or frustrating to people. A really great example of this, I think,
confused! Oh, what's going on? I'm so confused!
I don't understand why they're not growing or regressing in any meaningful way!
I don't know what you mean. But example is Ichigo.
Ichigo from Bleach. He also barely changes throughout the story and only gets stronger physically. The problem is that Bleach is way too long for such a hero, and so it starts becoming dull at some point, which was ultimately its downfall.
No! It became bad! Ichigo was never a bad character! He was a character in a bad series! And Ichigo Tanjiro literally did with the whole Fullbring thing.
What's confusing about that? You said that it was confusing and frustrating.
Demon Slayer, on the other hand, is relatively short. The manga is already over, and there might be even less than 100 anime episodes at the end of it, which allows us to focus on the world and people around Tanjiro without it getting all too boring. That being said, flat arcs...
Long man bad.
Short man better is his argument,
He said
sir.
it's dull. Because it's long. Long man bad.
Long man bad, not because long, but because...
Literally because long. Because it's the same thing with Tanjiro. And it's short so good. But Ichigo is bad because long.
I don't agree.
I literally said what he said.
really depend on your taste, and if you prefer seeing someone grow as a person, then that's fair. I actually totally get that. But that doesn't automatically make it bad writing in Tanjiro's case. His only flaw is
But you must recognize that it doesn't automatically make it good writing that it happens.
Nope.
Physical weakness that he has to continually fight and struggle against.
お前の家族は殺されていない。奪うか奪われるかの時に主導権を握れない弱者が妹を治す。敵を見つける。承知千番。
He hates.
Are we supposed to believe Giyu in that moment when we've only seen what half an episode of Tanjiro? He says that he's a coward and all of this stuff. And I know that he's talking about himself and he's yelling at his past self, essentially, blah, blah, blah. But this is not a put down for Tanjiro because we've not seen these traits in full. We've seen him at one of his lowest moments doing things. That is not indicative of his character as a whole. That is not a good clip to show that Tanjiro is being a coward or whatever and he's being lambasted for it.
Hates how useless he is and how he cannot help the people he wants to help. Now, one big criticism I personally have here is that I feel like the characters around Tanjiro could use way stronger character arcs. I genuinely think that Tanjiro...
Wow, this almost sounds like it's not a good series.
Yeah. So again, Tanjiro's fine with not having a character arc, but other people need one.
Yeah, why would other people need them? Why would Shinobu need a character arc?
He's gonna say.
as a pillar of goodness would have actually been some really great writing if the people around him had changed a lot more in his presence than they do in the end.
Inosuke changed a ton. Yeah. I'd argue Zenitsu changed quite a bit. Who else is around him a lot?
And why do they need to change?
Why does Giyu need to change?
Shinobu and Kanao are the closest that we get, but it could have been a lot more impactful, I personally think.
How would it have been more impactful? How could it have been? It would have been, I think, in my opinion, maybe. Explain how. Is he going to explain what he would have done?
No.
People who change the most are the demons.
No, okay. You didn't explain why changing would have been better character writing.
Why do we need other people who have character arcs and stuff like that instead of just Tanjiro? It's fine for Tanjiro, but not fine for other people.
Why can't people just read a character and like it or dislike it? Why does it need to be so different? Why does it need to be so special?
Because it needs to be different and special.
After being defeated, which I find a bit of a shame. So what is Tanjiro all about then? Well, as most heroes, he is the foil and exact opposite to the villain of the story, Muzan, in every aspect.
Muzan is cruel.
Weren't you just talking about him being ruthless? But no, Tanjiro's not cruel. He doesn't care about his friends and or family, whereas Tanjiro cares so much about his friends and or family.
He's a demon.
Muzan is obsessed with the flower to be able to become a demon for life and be immortal and walk in the sun, whereas Tanjiro is obsessed with turning his sister away from the demon blood. You see, it's thematic opposites.
This is horrible. Why?
Everything from-
what does that clip do for you, sir? What is the purpose of showing that clip? He's the opposite in almost every way.
He puts
what
on
can I
a
do
mask
for you?
of kindness, whereas Tanjiro puts on a mask of ruthlessness. But it's
No,
truly
he doesn't.
You heard all the yelling in the blessed rain after a drought. He turned his ruthless sword on that woman.
From the motivations to the ideals and values that they represent. While Muzan only cares about himself and sees everyone around him, demons and humans alike, as tools to use for his pleasure and desires, Tanjiro's central defining trait is his altruism. His greatest priority will always be the lives of the people around him. And so even though he's fighting against literal demons, he sees every last of them as people. And so while he does—
Oh, he doesn't, because there have been several he's cut down where it's just like, whatever, you got cut down.
The forest where he just goes, hey, I did the flowing dance for the first time. It was no, oh my goodness, they're people. Wasn't the point. That was one opposite, thematic opposite.
So far.
Doesn't necessarily forgive and still condemns them for their actions. In the end, he acknowledges that all of them were human beings at one point.
He does not acknowledge all of them because little...
It's just so nothing. Yeah, I liked him going, oh, you're hungry, here, eat some more.
Yeah, just that kind of not even understand the cruelty that Inosuke is trying to just steal his food or whatever.
But he's just such a nice person. And that's all. I don't understand even why he's such a nice person.
Is Tanjiro the
need...
perfect character for incels?
That's going places.
Because it's a guy that everyone just says, oh, you're a super nice guy, but secretly strong, caring, wants to put everybody above himself. But at the end of the day, it is selfish.
Incels. If you want to see it as that.